So I've been making these ceramic vases to give to my parents for Christmas, and I honestly feel like I don't have a ton of experience making these larger vases. It always ends up being a bit of a frustrating endeavor, and it is physically exhausting to work with bigger amounts of clay. And for whatever reason, when I do decide to make these, my hands just forget how to make a pot, and so it always takes quite a few trial runs before I can make something that actually wants to exist in the world. But eventually I got the hang of it, and I ended up making these with about 5 pounds of clay. And whenever you're making something taller or with a more unique shape, the most important thing is to make sure the clay is precisely centered before you start doing anything else. And then I start pulling up the walls, which I aim to do around 3 times. I usually speed these up in my videos, but if you look at it in real time, it's actually kind of excruciatingly slow. But you really do need to take your time to make sure that the walls all have an even thickness. Then I start adding a bit more form to the pot, and for this one I was going with kind of a bottle shape. And I wanted to give these to my parents in a set of 2, so I made one taller one, and then I started working on a shorter one to go with it. This one was kind of looking like a mess when I was throwing it, but I ended up being able to clean it up pretty well by the end. But I can never make just 2, so I ended up throwing 7 vases in case something happens to them. Then once they're leather hard, it's time for trimming, so I put them back on the wheel upside down so that I can carve a foot into the bottom. This is also a chance to make sure that everything is smooth, and I use a metal scraper to polish them. Then I just stamp my name in the bottom, and they're ready to go into the kiln.